The
Grand Canyon.
Grand Canyon.
Okay, does everyone have their Grand Canyon worksheet we're going to fill in today?
No. Oh, well, wait, yeah, I think, yeah.
Yours is on your computer.
Yeah.
Awesome. Okay, so I think we'll probably do like a 15 to 30 minute class on geological timescale, and then we'll spend the rest of the time doing our worksheet here, filling in the rock layers of geological time through the Grand Canyon, and then we'll do a Kahoot after. Okay? And as always, if you want to take notes from the first half, that's a good idea because a lot of those will be on the Kahoot quiz at the end, okay? So, plus it's good practice for college. When you go to college and you get a lecture, taking notes is, it's an art form, really. And you gotta be keen on what to pick out that is important that the professor will talk about. All right, I am going to try something a little different today. Let's see. Aha! Can you guys see this? I'm not hearing anyone. Did I lose everyone?
No,
Eons of time.
Okay.
Nope.
I love how you're in the corner though.
Okay. I was going to make sure. Can you see the whole screen? And I might be covering up a little bit part, right?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So, is everyone familiar with this? Yes, no, maybe so. Who's seen this before?
I might have seen
Who's
it
ever heard of
before.
like an eon? PBS is pretty good about their PBS Eons show. You guys ever heard of that?
No.
So this helps geologists kind of sort where fossils are and during which time, what happened through each layer. Okay, so this is a really good map of geological time, right? So on the very far left here, let's see if I can, gotta point this way. On that side, you're going to see eons. Okay, so eons are going to be large time scales. All right, so I'll kind of go back to that one here in a second. So eons are 500 million years or more. So we're talking huge time scales. Then you have eras, right? The several 100 million years. Then you have a period of time. That's tens of millions of years. Then you have epochs, okay, also millions of years, and then ages, right? Like the Dark Ages or stuff like that. So normally in history, you'll learn ages, right? But when you talk in geological time, now we're in eons or eras or periods, right? So on this scale, we have the four major eons. Okay, we got the Hadean, Archean, Proterozoic, and right here we're actually going to talk about the Phanerozoic quite often because you'll notice where are most of the fossils? What eon is the fossils on? You can write it in chat if you want.
The Cambrian?
Where are all the fossils?
The Cambrian?
What eon? So the eon is at the very left.
Paleozoic.
Oh, that makes sense.
Keep going to the left. You're going. We'll see the dark blue strip there. So there's 4 eons: Hadean, Archean, Proterozoic, and the So from like here up are most of the fossils, right? Most of them. Can you guys see that?
Phanerozoic.
Okay. That's right. So here's kind of the 4.657 billion years ago, right, to present day. And this is how they've divided each of the time scales up when you talk about paleontology or geology, right? So like when you say, oh, during the time of the dinosaurs, right? So if I said, I'm looking at Jurassic, what would that column be? Is that an eon, an era, an epoch? Can everybody see that?
That's an era.
Nope.
What's the between an era and an epoch?
Okay, that was right there. So an era is several hundred million years, and epoch is tens of millions of years. So if you can see that behind me, so that is, where would Jurassic fall under? What column?
The period.
That's right. Those are all the periods. And Jurassic is in what era?
The Mesozoic.
Right. And what eon?
The Phanerozoic.
Okay. So that's how we're going to start classifying. So do you see on the left there are 4 different eons? And mainly we starting at the period of Cambrian and up in the Phanerozoic eon. That's going to be where most of the life is going to begin. Anything before that, the 4 eons before that, that could be lumped into something called the Precambrian. So who's ever heard of the Cambrian explosion? No one? No Cambrian?
I'm guessing this was a tragic event.
No, it's a fantastic event. So this is when all of the life began, okay? So this is when you have the diversity. This is when your family trees start spreading, right? This is the Cambrian explosion. You get diversity of life during this time, okay? So before that, we're talking 4.5 billion years to about 500 million years. Life is single-celled, right? It's a lot of the bacteria, cyanobacteria, stuff like that. So, which is actually most of historical time, is the Hadean, Archean, and Proterozoic. And we'll see that here in a second. So our first eon, okay, is the Hadean eon. Now, what is it named after? What's your guess? Hades, which is the what?
The
God of the underworld.
That's right.
Of hell.
The Greek god of the underworld. That's right. And why was it named this, do you think?
Because of all
what is Earth?
Because it looks like hell.
That's right. So this is when some of the planets aren't even formed yet. There's no continents for sure. It's just molten rock. All right. Tons of asteroids are happening. Obviously there's no rock we can collect from the only thing that we can collect from that time period are called zircon crystals. They're the only thing that survived. This is the time when a Mars-like, let's see if I'm in the way, a Mars-like planet or rock or asteroid, I guess Mars asteroid, collided with the Earth. Okay, and we named that Theia. And what happened when that happened? Does anybody know?
Maybe it entered the Earth's gravitational field, like kind of what the moon does.
Sure.
Did it make the moon?
It hit the. Say that again, Lola.
Did it make the moon?
It sure did. Okay, so this is a really big impact. All right. And this is what produced the tilt in the Earth's axis. This GA by the 4.4, that's actually another word for billion. Okay. So this is about, 500 million years into the Earth forming in this Hadean eon. So this gigantic thing came through, smashed. This is why we have some of the oldest rocks of Earth we find on the moon. Okay, so, and that's pretty cool, that we find Earth rocks on the moon. But this is magma oceans, and then obviously the debris goes everywhere, right? And then it starts with gravity, it starts circling the Earth, and then it starts coming together. And just like Lola said, the moon is then formed after it cools. Who knew that? Yes, no?
I did.
Raise your hand.
I just didn't guess it.
Okay. So the next eon we're going to talk about is the Archean eon. So things are kind of settling down. There's less asteroids. This is when emergence of life can begin. Okay, so these are the oldest fossils. These are the 3.48 billion year old fossils. We start to get continents to form, but they don't look anything like, and we learned that in plate tectonics, they don't look anything like what we have today. But we do start to get some continents forming in the Archean. Now, this is some of our oldest fossils. Okay, and these are the cyanobacteria fossils. They're called stromatolites, and that's what they look like. So if you see a fossil that sort of looks like that, they could be some of the oldest fossils, but this would be the cyanobacteria, fossilized cyanobacteria.
Could you pronounce it like stromatolites? Or like stromatolites instead of stromatolites?
Stromatolites? Sure. I'm not a geologist, so maybe I'm saying it wrong. Look that one up. See if I'm wrong. All right, let's see. All right, our next eon is the Proterozoic eon. So this is the Great Oxygen Event. All right, there's a really good, who's ever been, I know most of y'all been, well, half of the class in Houston, been to the Museum of History.
Yeah.
And you go to the section where all the dinosaurs are, right? The fossils.
Mm-hmm.
Well, when you first walk in, the very first plaque that you're going to look at is the Great Oxygen Event. Does anyone know what that is?
It was like when there
When
was
oxygen was created?
like oxygen, there was too much of it, I think.
That's right. So it's actually a bad thing. Yeah.
There was
So this
an
is
overabundant amount of oxygen in the ocean, and everything turned green.
PBS Eons has a really good, it's the Great Oxygen Catastrophe, when there's too much of a good thing, basically. But this is when we start getting photosynthesizers, right? Cyanobacteria, and they are producing too much oxygen, thus killing off a lot of creatures that are anaerobic or that don't need that much oxygen, right? So this is when the sky that was orange, the oceans are green, okay? They now turn both to blue, okay, with the presence of oxygen. So that's why we have oxygen's making a lot of our stuff blue. Eukaryotes are here, so we have multicellular life, right? This is also when we remember in our geology class last time how we noticed that the polarity of the Earth kept flipping, right? North was south and south was north. This is when our convection currents started changing. And a lot of that started causing the Ice Age, or there are many, many Ice Ages, but one of them. So here's our cyanobacteria. And I think this is purple. and you guys, if anybody remembers, because I cannot remember, but it did change the oceans purple. At one point, the oceans were like a violet color.
I'd love to see that.
Yeah, it's really cool. PBS Eons on YouTube has a really good video on it. And then, of course, we have evidence of this all around with our iron oxide bands and the actual bacteria fossilized. And we know this because, well, the iron rusted, didn't it? So I think that's right. The oceans were red, and then with the presence of a lot of oxygen in the air, it turned red. And so you have these iron oxide bands from when the ocean was like a blood red color. Pretty cool. All right, so we also get so with multicellular life, now we have the oldest animal fossils, okay? So they're not like animals we think of today, right? These are going to be a type of fauna. So they sort of look like leaves, right? But these are actual animals. And they're the first multicellular animals. And here's all our fossils from them. And Earth then had because of the shift in the currents, it basically became a big ball of ice. So the average temperature of the Earth was around -50, which is about 10 degrees warmer than Antarctica. So it was pretty cold.
Whoa.
That's warm. That's warm.
Warm,
You think it's
yeah.
warm?
Yeah, so warm.
That's just a simple snow.
All right. And then the main eon we're going to be talking about with the Grand Canyon is going to be the Phanerozoic eon. So this is where we're starting our trilobites. Okay. So if you live in Newfoundland and you go to the Manuels River, or you ever come visit Newfoundland, you can actually find these fossils on the path. And they're because it was made during this eon. Lack of predators, there's not a lot of things that are going to eat you, so this is when a lot of life started the diversification of life. So, and of course life began in the ocean. So here is in the Canadian Rockies, but also here at Newfoundland, you'll see sides of the river there. It's all shale, which is like a mud clay mix, and it breaks apart. I don't know who's ever touched shale before, shale rock. It's like in thin sheets.
Yes, I believe I have.
Like a dark
I don't
black.
know if I have, but
And it breaks apart. And when you do, you can start to find fossilized creatures in there.
Oh, Miss Chara?
Yeah.
So basically, what me and my family went to the Mammoth Museum. We saw mammoth bones there, but somebody told us that the mammoths weren't native there, and sloths and other ones.
Mammoths would be native here, but they migrated south. The giant sloths as well, but they migrated south because it was too cold.
They were here, like a lot of mammals were here during before the Ice Age, but then they migrated south. So a lot of animals that are native to like other countries, like sloths, were actually from here, but they moved south during the Ice Age.
Yeah, that makes complete sense, especially how continents were positioned during that time. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, turn right onto.
Well, actually, I think that's a good segue to maybe next class doing fossils in the later time periods for sure. Or I should say earlier, whatever way you want to look at it. All right, so in our Phanerozoic eon, so there are 3 big eras. Okay, so we have the Paleozoic era, the Mesozoic, and the Cenozoic era. So here's where the mammoths are. Okay, right? So, or there might be mammoths. I'll have to double check. But the Paleozoic, so this is the fish and giant insects, and the Mesozoic, that's when Pangea is formed. We have tons of lives. Basically, our life diversity is huge, right? We'll touch on a little bit of the Mesozoic and Cenozoic here in a second, but we're going to mainly talk about the Paleozoic era. And that's going to be what's going to be the Grand Canyon here. All right, so this is a really cool illustration or diagram, I guess. What in all of the history of the Earth, what eon like engulfs most of the history of the Earth?
The
Proterozoic eon.
Proterozoic. Yeah, how do you pronounce
that's right.
it?
Proterozoic era. That's right. It's almost 42% of most of the Earth's history. And then the Archean and the Hadean, another 40 or so percent, right? So where life, right, begins the Phanerozoic, that is a small percentage, right, of the history of the Earth. So we're going to have a lot of rock before that, right? Except for the Hadean. Hadean, you don't have any rock, right? Because the Earth's molten lava. I hear my son. Nope, I'm busy. All right, so that's where we're going to stop, which is great because I hit my 30-minute mark and now we're going to do some drawing. So this is just a good reference. Yeah, stop. I'm online with friends. Oh.
Hi, Victor. Emma, now that you said hi, he's going to come to your room.
I know, he is. All right, so just a reminder of the different geological timescale here. We'll go over this again next time, but we're going to use this with our drawing. So if everybody wants to get out their drawing, I'm going to screen share something different. Let's see.
Some drawing music.
I should put on some drawing, like elevator music, huh?
That would be kind of intimidating, though.
I have some elevator music,
Play
actually.
elevator music on your Alexa thingy.
It's Siri, but okay. Don't say the word Alexa around her. It offends her.
Hey Siri, what's my IP?
Whoa!
He's not on.
Siri, what's my IP? He.
All right, does everybody have this sheet of paper?
Yes.
Yep.
Okay, cool. All right, choose a color, any color. We're gonna start. We're gonna start at the bottom.
I don't want to get some colors.
Yeah, get some colors. We're gonna start at the bottom. I'm gonna do it purple, I think. Already kind of got a purplish color there.
Okay.
All right, so everything, the big picture, everything from here to here is going to be pre-Cambrian. Pre-Cambrian. Who remembers what that means?
The big explosion.
It's pre.
Well,
so that
before
means
the
what?
explosion.
That's right. Okay, so are we going to find fossils in here?
No, I don't know.
We will find fossils. We'll find the oldest fossil. It's not animal fossils. What is it? What type of fossils will we find?
It's the
Bacteria.
Stromatolites, right? The cyanobacteria. Thank you. I think somebody.
Oh, yeah.
Somebody called them bacteria. Okay, so here's our little our key down here. So at the Precambrian, we're going to have a schist, okay? And in the Grand Canyon, so basically you're just going to draw, you're going to pick a color that you want to draw. You can either we'll do wavy lines. Wavy lines generally means metamorphic rock, okay? So this rock that they found here in the Grand Canyon is around 1.7 billion years old. And this is called Vishnu schist. Who knows the word Vishnu and where it came from?
Sounds like
Nobody
a
knows.
tribe name.
I bet Ashwin
Sounds
knows,
like a
'cause
name of a native.
Ashwin, remember
Disney
you did a
princess.
report on it.
Isn't it like
And you,
Hinduism? A Hindu god?
it's a Hindu, yeah, it's a Hindu god. Very good. Okay, so on the last column here is where we're going to put all of what we're call our rock notes.
Oh.
Our rock notes in there. All right, so we'll put smaller. On the side, we'll say Vishnu. SCH, not SH. That would be bad. All right, and if you can kind of see,
How do you spell
so-
Vishnu?
Vishnu.
Oh, so I spelled it correctly.
Example, let's see, where are my Vishnus? All right, so here you can kind of see what we're going to be drawing. Do you see the Vishnu schist over here at the very bottom? That's in our Precambrian period. So when we're labeling this, I want you to really see how big these sections are, all right? Because we're talking, a mile high, right? It goes from the bottom to the top. Or probably over a mile, actually, because it's 7,000 feet. So over a mile high, right? So these layers are huge layers, all right? So our Vishnu schist is down there. All right. So we'll do that. And so we got the squiggly lines. All right. In there, we also have a little granite. So we can do, for the sign of granite, it's like little, I don't know if you've ever seen granite countertops, but they got little lines in them.
It's kind of like sprinkles. It's sprinkles. Just say that.
That's right. We'll do little sprinkles.
Little
right.
granite
And
sprinkles.
That's right. And how the lovely geologists dated these rocks were by these awesome gemstones. So we'll put some gemstones in here. Okay. However you want to draw a gemstone. These are garnets, what these are called. And that's how we helped date the Vishnu schist. All right, now you notice that the rock here, this lovely section here, looks really different. Does anybody know why this looks angled like this?
How it was formed?
So something happened, all right, and it's going to be called, let's see if I can, there we go. This is very important in geology. It's called the Great Unconformity. There's also really good YouTubes on this. Because for the longest time, people didn't understand why there was this whole section of the Grand Canyon that was shifted like this with layers. So something happened there, okay, to where no layers for a long time actually landed on top. There's nothing deposited. And this is kind of shifted. And then over time, when I say over time, like millions of years, then finally some layers were deposited. So there is an yeah, awesome YouTube if you want to learn about the Great Unconformity. All right, and then here we'll label inner gorge. This is called a gorge. And what do you think this thing is right here? Flip right there.
Water?
Yeah, that's the Colorado River.
Oh, I got it right.
So, yeah, so we'll just put COLR, we'll abbreviate it.
That
Now,
looks
the
like
cool thing
such little water.
Well, the cool thing about it is the Grand Canyon, that gorge is so ginormous. You can put all of the water from all of the lakes and rivers around the world into this gorge, and it wouldn't fill it up halfway. So all of the water in all of the lakes would not actually fill half of this. That's how huge the Grand Canyon is.
I don't.
All right, so
I don't actually believe that because we've been to the Grand Canyon, and if you had like all the oceans too, or just the lakes.
no, just the rivers, yeah, and lakes.
Oh, okay.
Not the oceans. Yeah, no, not the oceans. Although there was once a very big sea next to this, which is why it got carved. All right, let's see. All right, so these layers here, these are also going to be our pre-Cambrian. What we're going to do is this first layer, it's just going to be limestone. And I think what you're going to see, and how to do limestone, we kind of make it like a brick pattern. So you can kind of put a line through and do some brick. All right, so we got some limestone in here. And if you become a geologist, you will have to memorize these layers for sure. You got some shale in here. Shale's that thin layer stuff, right? You got some sandstone, and with sandstone, we'll put little dots of sand everywhere, right? Because these are the little conglomerate stuff. Okay. In fact, most of it is sandstone, so we'll keep putting our little dots in there. And there are names to each one of these layers. I'm going to spare everyone from those. We will have basalt. So at some point, there was some sort of volcano activity, right? And in fact, if anybody knows anything about the Grand Canyon, it was higher than Mount Everest. I think it was 6 miles. So from the very base of this canyon all the way up high, it was 6 miles high mountain. So this was all mountain that got carved out by river and eroded away over millions of years, millions and millions of years. So this is why it's almost like looking inside of a mountain, right? But the evidence is lacking because most of it was washed away. All right, so you can kind of do sandstone and some basalt and shale, right? We have all our shale here and more sandstone. And I'll put some shale. Okay, so now on this column here, this one second column, we're going to put all of our fossils that we're going to find here. So the fossils that we'll find here, we've already said, these are lights. Gonna have to break it up. So this is the fossilized algae stuff, right? Is everybody keeping up, or do I need to slow down?
No.
Okay, so the stromatolites.
Slow down, please.
Okay, I'm gonna while you do that. Here we go. Those are stromatolites. So that's kind of the picture you're gonna draw. So we'll do like circles, ring circles, right? I might do it in black. Here's our stromatolites. And they're mainly at the top of this layer is where we're finding them. The very top is where all the algae is. So I'll put in our notes over here. So the Precambrian eons are going to be, that we're going to find here. All right. Also, let's see. You'll find some quartzite. Spell it right. Quartzite. So quartzite is just sandstone that is started off as sandstone. Sorry, that was sedimentary, and then with time and heat and pressure, what does sedimentary rock can turn into? What type of rock?
Metamorphic. Metamorphic.
Okay. So. Some metamorphic rock, right? Okay, does everybody have that? Because
Yes.
our next time period here, let's see, I will make this a little redder, right? Okay, we're gonna make this called the Cambrian period. So there was our Precambrian. We're finally reaching our Cambrian, not period. Sorry, this would be, well, maybe it is. Let's see. Let's go back to our map here. Okay, so Cambrian period, right? So we're in sandstone and our Precambrian stuff. What type of fossils? Who remembers? Like in the Manuels River, what can you find? What type of fossils?
Fail.
Well, that's the rock, right? So that's the, we'll put that in our.
Oh, but the fossils are in the rock.
Yeah, what type of fossils? Trilobites. Who can draw a trilobite? Everyone know what a trilobite is? Let's see if I can. Here we go. Who can draw that? So that's what our
that'll
image.
be fun.
There's your image for trilobite.
I could probably draw
All
it.
right, so it's like a horseshoe crab. That's what I think about, right? Does anyone think about a mushroomy horseshoe crab? So we'll have our trilobites. I don't know. It kind of looks like a mushroom when I draw it. I'm a terrible drawer. I want to see how better everyone else was at this than me. But we'll have, the other thing we'll find here are worm burrows. So you can put little worm lines, like where worms have burrowed in. And some, let's see. All sorts of, like, this is where we'll have a little bit of shells, right? And that's going to be in our shale block. All right, the next time period is, let's see. I'll go green. All right. Is the Devonian period. All right, Devonian was named, this is like the age of the fishes.
That
Right. Age of the fishes.
You'd love to be
Age
eating
of-
again, Levi.
Okay, so the Devonian is actually going to be this small section here. It's going to be limestone. I'm going to go back and put in my other color here. And put this as also as limestone. Right, so we got our limestone, and basically this is not like our normal fish, right? So if I look up here are the Devonian period animals.
Oh, it's so cute.
So however you would like to draw these.
It's so cute.
That's right.
It's like an axolotl, but a fish, but a salamander at the same time.
That's right. So we in the Grand Canyon, what we're going to find is a lot of shells and somewhat of fish like that, like clams, crustacean type things. So you can draw different little shells and plants and little. My fossil pictures are terrible.
Might be
Shells
better
are
than
here.
mine, though.
So, the other thing is we also find something called crinoids. So that is what we'll find generally. This type of, does everyone see that? I don't know how, so I'm going to draw it. It's going to look like a plant, but it's going to be a type of fish. All right,
That's
if
a
everyone
fish.
can. So it's going to look like this. Okay.
Huh. It's a very interesting fish.
Mm-hmm. All right. Our next time period above that is going to be, so I do have a question while we're on this. All right, so we did the Cambrian, but what comes after the Cambrian, guys? Do you guys see it on the list?
The Ordovician.
Yep.
Ordovician?
And then what else?
The Silurian.
Solar. Yeah, that's right. These two layers are missing from the Grand Canyon. They're not there. So go straight from Cambrian to the Devonian, which we just put there. So if you become a geologist, you can go figure out why. But that's an awesome mystery there. All right, our next section is we're going to go Carboniferous. All right, so these two layers, we're going to call, one is going to be called the Mississippian, Mississippian, and
What a lovely long name.
and the Pennsylvanian. Okay, now these two layers are going to be, we can label them the Carboniferous layers. So that means this is where we're going to find coal. Okay, that's our coal layers. The Mississippian and the Pennsylvanian. All right, and we can pretty much make a lot of this limestone. So I hope you guys are good at drawing brick patterns.
Oh, I am.
Because that's what we're gonna do. Okay, good. All right, so the Mississippian layer is definitely brick. We can go ahead and, in fact, I'm gonna make my line bigger. We're gonna do some big bricks.
Big brick.
Yeah. So this is all limestone layer. In fact, it's a very famous one called the Red Wall. limestone. Okay, this is the same layer if you've ever been to Kentucky. And I don't know if anyone's ever been to the Mammoth Caves. It's basically the longest cave system in the world. It's made up of this same layer. All right, so in our Mississippian layer, here's where we're going to have our, here, I kind of like searching while you guys are on here. These are called, these things.
Conch shells. Oh, Natulia shells.
There you go. I said Nautilus, but I'll go with Natulia. It's fine too. All right, so we're going to draw these. That's our fossils in this layer. So we'll have clams, those things. We'll have shells. Coral is also in the layer. All right, so if you guys want to, let's see if I can draw a little guy here. All right, we'll have some coral coming out. Mine looks like seaweed. These guys. All right, and that's our Mississippian layer. From about the Pennsylvania layer up, we're actually going to have a lot of animal tracks. So from the Pennsylvania layer up, this is when the amylites started developing. So this is how animals were able to live on land. They can now make their own, the eggs. You can now be submerged in water and land, right, through eggs. So now that animals can develop eggs for their young, now they can actually fully live
More
on land.
animals.
Yeah, so the Pennsylvanian layer is generally called the age of the amphibians, right? There's a lot of insects, there's animals. So we can call this the age of amphibians, really.
Age of amphibians.
Mm-hmm. So what fossils you will actually find here are animal tracks. So you'll see a lot of ferns and a lot of animal tracks. So the first layer here we're going to do a combination of limestone and sandstone. So however you guys would like to, I'm going to make this like a dark color. So we'll do our brick layer here. Making a brick, making a brick. We'll do some sandstone. Then we'll do some kind of layered. So what are we noticing that the Grand Canyon is mainly made up of?
Sandstone and granite.
Like
a lot of shale. And
some
limestone.
shale. All right, so here I'm going to put our fossils will be ferns. And I'm going to put amphibian tracks. Okay. Ferns and some tracks. And ferns. So with tracks, I don't know. We can, how you want to draw tracks, guys? We'll just go.
Frog
Yeah,
tracks.
so there's actually pictures of the tracks, and they look like little lizard claw things. Yeah,
It's very easy to draw frog legs.
Yeah, so I'm gonna put some. Mine's gonna look like bear tracks. So sorry. There are not bear tracks here. Let's see. And then we'll draw some awesome ferns. How I draw a fern, I don't know, like a stick and some fronds.
Leaves.
Yeah. These would be the leaves imprints of my fern. Probably a very poor drawing of a fern. I can't wait to see what everyone else is doing. You guys are going to show me up for sure. Okay, and these layers are actually very, very important as far as notes. And they're going to be after this, from here to here is going to be the supai group. I want to show you, and I'll give you a chance to kind of draw your stuff. I want to show you the supai group. So do you see that in the picture here, the supai group?
Yep.
Let's see if I can.
Yes.
Okay, so that's the layer that we're talking about, that we're drawing right now. It's huge, right?
Yes. Very.
Okay. And the red wall, there's the red wall right below it, right? Okay. And here's another part of the Grand Canyon. So this is sort of what we're going to be talking about, but here's the supai group right here as well. It's going to be named after, and a lot of these layers are named off the Native American tribes in the area. Maybe not after the tribes, but there's a lot of Native American influence over there. Let's see. So above our red wall limestone is a really cool name. Let's see who could pronounce it. I'm going to write it down.
What? Ahamigi.
Watahamid?
Watahamigi Formahan.
Formation, sorry.
Oh, formation. Sorry.
Think of the word. Yeah, that's a pretty fun word to say, right? So
Watahamigi formation.
Yep. Our next layer of our supai group will have the mana. Well, you guys pronounce it. Mana.
Oh, the Anakacha
Mana.
formation.
Manakacha. Yeah.
Oh, Manakacha. Oh,
Yep.
Manakacha.
That's right. That layer of rock is called the Manakacha formation. And then we have the who can pronounce this one?
Wiskogame formation.
Okay, so the E.
Waskogame.
There you go.
Waskogame. That sounds correct.
Weskogame.
That's right. And then our last one here for Native American. And this is sandstone.
All
right,
right,
so
so
you
behind our
notice
drawing.
there's a lot of Native American influence, and then also you notice with our Vishnu schist, there's some Hindu hint of
The Esplanade sandstone.
There you go.
It's Colomad.
Give me a second to draw everything real quick.
Yes.
Yeah.
I will give you a second. I was about to say, let me give everybody a second here. In our Mississippian layer, we can also have our first insects.
I placed the letter wrong.
It's got quiet.
I know.
I'm
Everybody's
drawing, that's
must.
why. I put
gonna
the
write
words wrong in the wrong spot.
me when you're ready, everybody.
I'm not ready.
Okay. I shall not move it. I'll talk while you guys are doing that. So mainly limestone. Who remembers what limestone is made of? You guys.
Sand.
So it'd be
Is it made-
calcium.
Oh, I thought you were talking stuff.
Calcium carbonate. It's that CaCO3 thing is mainly what limestone would be. So there's a lot of calcium in there. And then how they'll date this, especially near the bottom there, is if there's a lot more calcium, because magnesium can also replace the calcium in the formula. So you'll see more magnesium near the top. But I do have a question. If we are thousands of feet in the air, why am I seeing like marine fossils?
Because of the water that washed it all up.
The ocean, I believe, was higher back
The
then.
oceans were higher.
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll see. I don't know. It's a good question. We'll keep moving on and we'll check it out. Let's see. All right, so while you guys do that, I'm going to label the next one. Let's see. I'm going to do a bio. This one's going to be called the Permian. Okay. At the very top of the Permian, we're going to do the Great Dying. Sounds lovely, doesn't it, guys?
Sounds amazing.
The Great
Lovely.
Dying. Oh, so happy.
Sounds like the most wholesome event the Earth has ever
That's right.
hosted.
The first layer of the Permian, it's going to be shale, right? So we're going to draw our lines, which I love shale because it's so easy to draw some random thin lines, right? And this is actually called hermit shale. No relation to hermit crabs.
Oh,
I don't think.
hermit crabs like usually walk along the shale.
Yeah, but here we will have the same thing. We'll have some ferns. We'll have some animal tracks and plants. So we can draw some more ferns. And we'll draw our little animal tracks around here. Our next layer here is going to be called, this is going to be made of something called coconino sandstone.
Sounds like Spanish.
It kind of does, doesn't it? Coconino sandstone.
Nino
Right.
is like boy, and then Coco's like
Or
chocolate.
child.
Chocolate boy.
So no relation to that. So what this is this is going to be called cross bedding. All right. The best way to draw this, guys, is to kind of put a line in the center. And we're going to draw like little mini rainbows going in opposite directions. So this is like sandstone. What would cause sand to do this? Does anybody know?
Maybe like being folded over and over on itself.
Yeah, like wind and sand, right? And maybe like wind and sand. Wind and water could cause a lot of this, right? So this is called cross bedding. And that's a really cool layer of the Grand Canyon. So because of all that, you'll see lots of ripples in here. It's pretty cool. And of course you have animal tracks, probably like run away, there's too much wind. So we'll have lots of animal tracks and waves. And this next layer here going to be called, oops. Dolomite. Oh, dolomite is like a limestone. Surprise, surprise, right? But this is where magnesium is now replacing the calcium. So as you get higher up, that would happen. So this is where you'd find dolomite. So we're gonna make it sort of instead of a brick layer, we're gonna put kind of some sandstone with some slanty layers in here for dolomite. This is going to be called, again, a Native American word, toroweep, and I have no idea what that means. I don't think it has anything to do with sadness. Toroweep, it's a Native American word. I don't know what that would be. But this is where you would start to find some shells and some marine animals, okay? Again. So this is what I'm talking about. This top layer here is also going to be limestone, which we can just do a brick pattern again, right? For limestone. And inside, those are going to be our lovely shells, because we're going to have marine life. Okay. Our
Fish.
mollusks and our fish. That's right. So how at the top layer are there marine animals? What would be our conclusion to that?
That there used to be water up there.
Water was higher.
All right, so when we think of plate tectonics, what creates mountains?
Erosion or tectonic plates.
About flat land, what's going to create our mountain?
Tectonic plates.
Erosion.
It's going to come together, right? It's going to converge. Convergence, right? And then it lifts it up, right? Well, there's also, just everyone remember the subduction zone?
That's what it was called. I was gonna say that.
Yeah, one layer goes under the other. And when that happened, the entire Earth rose up. So instead of the ocean being that tall, which it's not, the actual Earth rose up completely, straight up. It's pretty cool. You want to watch a geology video on it? It's amazing. But so the whole layers came up, which is why it's still flat at the top. Okay. The only thing left. Oh, sorry. That layer is made of very famous layer called the K-Bob.
K-Bob.
Yeah, the K-Bob limestone. All right. Now, our other two layers, let's see. I'll make we'll go this way. All right. So after the Paleozoic, then we get into hold on. I need to change that. That is wrong. Right there. Mesozoic and the Cenozoic. This is where we're finding dino layers. Who can name some dinosaur layers here? So the dino layers is what periods are the dinosaurs in?
Jurassic, Triassic, and Cretaceous.
Very good.
Oh, I literally thought they were only in Jurassic.
No! Okay.
So these are going to be our dino layers. And they were at the top, but they got eroded away. And the only thing left are these things. That's what these things are called.
These things.
Who knows what that's called?
Looks like a mountain. or a fault or
They're
a
called buttes.
buttes.
So that's what's left is the buttes of that time period. Okay, so there are 0 dinosaur fossils in all of the Grand Canyon because at the top there's only the buttes that remain.
Don't worry, we're still here.
And that is how we're labeling our lovely Grand Canyon. And it's pretty cool because if you go to the our class YouTube page, there's 2 of them. We have Geology with Miss Tara. Miss Jen Latson put it on YouTube. And then we have the Homeschool Explorers Genius Science. And I think I put it under the Earth tab. But both of those will have really cool videos on each of these layers of the Grand Canyon and how they were formed. And it's really awesome to watch. So if you guys maybe want to do that tomorrow, that'd be cool. All right, does anybody want me to keep this up here? Is everyone still working?
Yeah,
done?
can you keep it up there? I'm still working on it a little bit.
Yeah.
Okay, sure.
Hoot.
Yes, well, we will do a Kahoot. And there'll be some
Is
questions.
Gavin or Graydon on? If so, I have some competition.
I don't believe they are.
Okay, good.
I don't think they're one of those people who don't make their name something crazy.
Yeah, that's true.
I have a flying fish, though.
Let's
A
see if I
flying fish.
Well, yeah, I didn't have any backdrop pictures except for the moon.
Oh, your background. I thought you actually had like a flying fish.
Well, that's what I'm drawing, yes.
Oh.
This is called a new log. It'd be pretty cool if you have this piece of paper out and you watched a full YouTube on the Grand Canyon. You could actually start piecing out what they're talking about because you've already drew that section. You can add tons more information to this.
Yeah.
I'm going to make my great unconformity more pronounced here. You can also color this in if you want to go back and make it really pretty. Where am I? Some fish new schist down here. My pretty gemstones down at the bottom.
I didn't know the Grand Canyon was that complicated. I thought it was just a line in the ground.
Well, and this is just one part. I believe this is just the south layer, or the south side of it. So it changes. There's not a lot of places on Earth where you can find every single layer of the geological timescale. And so like in this one, it's missing 2 layers. And then
What 2 layers is it
posi-
missing?
It's missing, let's see, we just said the Ordovician. Oh, so it's right after the Cambrian, So the early bonefish and the earliest land mammals. So the Silurian. Those 2 right after the Cambrian period.
Oh.
Yeah. And they have a couple YouTubes on that mystery as well.
I do have a question.
Yeah.
Do the stromatolites are they like? Can they be found on the land, or are they just in the water?
The stromatolites that at the very bottom there, the fossilized algae.
Yes. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so those things would sink to. So each layer is something that was in the ocean and then died and sunk to the bottom, right, and settled, and then the water. So I believe this happened around 8 times with the Grand Canyon, and then the water went away. And then everything kind of flattened and settled. And then another layer, millions and millions of years, right? A layer on it. And then water came by or water left. And that happened around 8 times. And each time it fossilized whatever dead thing was settled in the water.
That's nice.
Yeah. So this would be like, your fossils would be something in like mud. That's how you have the tracks, because when you step in mud, it leaves tracks, and then those tracks, there's no more water, right? So the mud is there, and then the sun comes out and it kind of leaves the tracks there, and then more limestone or shale comes on top, kind of buries it and fossilizes it. The other thing to look up, which is really cool, is the Great Dying. So that's the last part of the Permian. So that's the largest mass extinction event of the world. And this was not the same one with the meteorite and the dinosaurs. So
wasn't that the one where
Great
we learned about it? And wasn't that where there was nobody taking in the oxygen, the oxygen that all the plants were making, so the plants all died?
Okay, so that was at the that was the Great Oxygen event, right? For sure. Mm-hmm. This one is very similar to the fact that there was a lot of volcano activity. And when I mean volcanoes, I mean almost, there were tons, lots and lots of volcanoes. And the volcano eruption lasted 60,000 to 500,000 years. So if you can imagine volcanoes not stopping erupting for at least 60,000 years. And what happened was the sky. Yeah, so now you have acid rain, right? Now you're getting a lot of sulfur in the atmosphere. Basically, the whole world became extremely toxic to live, and it killed, I think, 70 to 90% of all living things on the earth. They all became extinct, and then of course, some lived on, and then you have dinosaurs.
Wow.
All right, are we ready for Kahoot? Is everyone done?
Yep, probably.
I'm going to switch this up because I have a new Kahoot app thing.
My brother just received an Amber Alert. Oh.
Time is an illusion.
Time is an illusion.
1, 2, 3, 4.
I don't know. Red. Where's? I don't know.
The main group.
The main group.
I don't know.
Just the main group. Hey, bro, at least Victor's honest. He tells us he doesn't know.
I don't know.
I probably got this one wrong.
Miss Tara, you need to get Victor a Kahoot account so he can just play it all day long.
Yeah, I got it wrong.
You're
I
right.
got it wrong.
Oh my God.
Don't say that.
A-bomb explosions.
I want to try
A-bomb.
Oh, blue.
The Great Dying.
Yes, back on top.
Oh, bro, I'm already in second place. Wow, that's easy.
Oh, your name is Luck?
Yeah. The Earth is. I cannot answer this question. Thank you.
Pretty sure it's 4 point.
I'm pretty sure it's
Four.
100 billion years old.
Wow. Yellow.
Whose name is the so done with it face emoji?
So done with it.
False.
That's me.
You?
I thought
No,
your name was
guy, that's-
Wiener.
Yeah, his name is Wiener, not so done with it.
No, my name isn't. Why would my name be Wiener?
I asked you, you said
Because
yes.
you said your name was Wiener?
No, I did not say my name was Wiener. I said my name was the. Why would I name myself Wiener? That's just sus.
It's sus.
Okay, you know. Yes, I am Mr. Brainwig guy.
Their brainwig.
The only thing that survived was what?
Oh, the zircon crystals.
Emma!
Them roaches.
Crystal?
I have
Did you
a
hear
habit
Victor?
of thinking
Here,
out loud, okay?
Did you hear Victor? Victor said, Emma, stop it. See? Victor understands.
I have a habit of thinking out loud. Don't attack me.
Hey, Lola.
Then mute yourself.
Lola.
I can't celebrate my victory in utter screaming. No.
Gravity?
Volcanoes.
So the moon's original name was Thea.
It was just. It was just a little bit heavier on one side.
Just a little bit heavy.
Yeah, the Mars-like asteroid that
Oh
hit.
my god.
Here we go. I don't know.
It formed Saturn.
The moon?
The Earth formed
moon?
Saturn.
Oh wait, I'm pretty sure I got this
Bro,
wrong.
Earth used to have rings. Too bad I wasn't alive then.
Mm-hmm.
Oh!
Maybe
It's
the
the
moon?
Jurassic Park. Jurassic Park.
The moon?
Jurassian.
Jurassic.
Go!
What is
That's right.
We're having a bunch of turnover with the.
Hey, Lola.
Yeah. Yes,
Is
Victor.
it dinosaurs? How
Bro,
is
who did not choose dinosaurs?
Yes, Victor, that was a dinosaur.
Who chose fish?
I don't know.
Imagine it was Levi.
I
I
don't
remember
know.
Humanozoic.
It's a humanozoic.
It's not human swink. That's cool.
We should let Victor play this with us.
I know. It would be funny.
Space dust.
Team Pokemon.
Space dust. Steam
Space dust.
pockets.
Space rocks.
Reminds me of like the one audio. It's like,
That rock
hey, I
from
like
the
your
outer
dress.
Space
Thanks.
rocks.
It has pockets.
How come whenever you're waiting, it always asks you a question? Like it's trying to question your answer.
Yeah,
I know, right?
it's like
classroom
I don't
perfection.
know, what was it?
Classroom perfection.
Classroom perfection? It literally.
I got this one very wrong.
So.
It's
Oh my god.
it's in the picture.
No.
My hand slipped. I will be in third place now.
Oops, my hand slipped.
Hey, Lola.
Yes, Victor.
I don't know.
Yes,
Maybe this one?
say yes, Victor. And he says,
Yo, no, it's dinosaurs. Why didn't you choose dinosaurs? Dinosaurs.
Oh,
you
oh
should
good.
average temperature.
Average temperature.
Like Eon.
Man, I don't know. No, I'm pretty sure I got this wrong.
I don't do Celsius, people. I do Fahrenheit.
Oh, I got it very wrong.
Oh, how am I still in first? I swear to God.
I saw Trilobitian. I saw Trilobitian. I'm like, you're kidding.
Was not braining.
One person got it right.
Oh,
Are we the only one that got that one right?
I think so.
Maybe reptiles like you.
Nah, it's that Jurassic, Hadean, and Ice Ages.
Who is that? And why are they doing it? Oh, again, it's Miss Tara. I want you to know that you are putting all the answers in the pictures.
I won't. Stop it.
Oh, okay.
Basic, right?
The quantum realm.
Oshman Chowdhury joined.
Emma, the two people behind you are barely behind you.
Yep.
Yeah, so if you miss one question, that could be bad.
Which one was missing from the Grand Canyon? Very good.
Oh, geez, I actually got it right.
Where's Emma?
No!
I know, I told you.
We're tied.
Mars, right?
Mars, like.
States.
Yes.
It can be called states. That's
Oh my gosh.
Yes, it's
You're
green.
kidding. You're kidding. You're kidding, bro.
That's right.
Oh, you're not in first though.
I'm not in first though.
We
but that's
all know who's Tigo. Never mind.
It turned into them plants. Yes, plants. Maybe in these next 5 questions I'll win.
Maybe in these next 5 questions I'll win.
End
The
of
Great
time.
Depression.
The Great Depression.
No, it was the end of time.
Oh, it was the Great Dying.
What is missing? The Great Dying.
The Great Dying.
He says that so cheerfully. The Great Dying.
I know, right?
Plastic debris.
Plastic debris.
No,
Debris.
it has to be plastic debris. Yeah.
Oh,
Debris, son.
Debris.
How does it feel to be plastic debris?
Whoa,
How does it
Yes,
feel?
Victor, why are you saying my name?
that's blue.
Now you know how I feel.
It was in fact blue.
Old shoe.
Vishnu.
I also. Oh my
Emma,
What? Who just
you
started?
need to stop saying the answer.
incantating Random
Oh,
words.
bro. Nah, bro. I thought it was oil deposits.
Butter.
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 Very slippery at the top.
Is that
It's
pronounced
made of butter.
Utes or butts?
Butts.
That's the wrong one. I meant to click boots, but it
Who said
said
water?
water.
How do you accidentally click water instead of
I
Utes?
mean, they're not wrong.
Oh, because our finger's on the way. We're not flying at the Grand Canyon.
Dinosaur ferns, trilobites, shells. I think they're dinosaurs.
You won't find them.
Emma! No, don't say the answer. Stop it.
What?
Oh my god! Yes! 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 Yes!
Why
Imagine
is
you
the
get this-
higher ancestry right now 3?
Rafting in the rapids of the Congo.
Gabby Cole.
Pretty sure these are all right.
Your parents made you do it. It's probably not right. I would not click on that. Bro, it's right.
Bro, everything besides it's
Green
super
as
cool to go
wrong.
see. That doesn't make any sense. What if you think it's cool to go see and that's why you want to go there?
I'll go. It's Amari. Oh.
Oh, nice job, guys.
I missed the second to last question, so I ended up in fourth.
All right, so raise your hand if you got on the podium.
Lola.
All right, good job, everybody.
Lola.
Bro, I didn't get on the podium because apparently you can't go to the Grand Canyon because you want to go and see it because it's cool.
Hi.
Good job, guys.
Good job, Emma.
Thank you.
All right, does anybody, well, our last bit, does anyone else want to show everyone
Hey,
hold
Emma.
up your Grand Canyon
What?
pictures that you made?
Do you like
I have the
Kahoot?
Grand Canyon picture.
I do like Kahoot because I won.
Me
Yeah.
too.
Show up your
Oh.
Grand.
I like
We
it.
were very
I have
close
a
to you,
grand-
Emma. You're
I have a
you were.
Grand Canyon
Wow,
picture.
that is super detailed, Levi.
oh, that's pretty.
Very
Yeah. Let me
We
see
almost
everybody
won,
else's.
but we missed.
I'll take a screenshot of everyone's if you want to put it on.
Phone.
Oh wait,
course,
guys, we're still being recorded.
Oh, that's true. I can just screenshot the recording.
I can't really show mine.
Oh yeah, that's awesome. So you guys can make these as colorful as you want. All right, and that's class, everyone.
That's it.
That's class.
That's all, folks.
That was
Yeah,
a long-
Austin, what was your picture at the beginning of the meeting?
Bro,
I
don't
love
ask.
You made a Lego.
It looks
was a
like
long
you
time
built
ago.
some Lego yellow.
my question is,
Lego
why was he
crap
pulling his
mounted
face
a picture
off?
of you standing by. That's what it looked like to me. Am I correct?
What?
It looked in your picture looked like
All right.
you built some like yellow Lego contraption and you